How to build a voiceover website that gets you more clients. Let's go. The reason why your website is so important in your marketing is because that should be where you send all clients to see and hear what you can do for them. Your website goes hand in hand with your demos to give your clients or potential clients a best first impression. Whenever you're doing any kind of marketing, whether it's email marketing or social media marketing or even face-to-face marketing, you want to make sure that you're always pointing people to your website. And here's one of the main reasons why. You never want to attach a demo to a cold email when you're doing your email marketing. Always put a link to your website in the email. People get really sketched out about attachments from people they don't know. So never attach your demo. Always put a link to your website so that they can go there and learn more about you. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about everything you need to know about building your voiceover website for your business. The need to have stuff, the nice to have stuff, what to do after you're published, how to make sure it's findable in the search engines. So let's do it. So first up is, do you actually need a website for your business? And the answer is yes and no. If you don't have professional demos yet and you're just kind of starting and on a DIY demo situation, you don't really need a website because you really shouldn't be doing any kind of direct marketing without pro demos. So only build a website and use it if you have pro demos. Okay, let's first talk about the need to have stuff versus the nice to have stuff. So when it really comes down to it, all you really need to have on your website is your demos and how to contact you. That's really all your clients need to actually hire you. All the other stuff is nice to have, but not super duper necessary. Things like logos and videos and credits or contact forms, maybe testimonials, all that stuff is really great, but you don't absolutely have to have it. Here's another big tip. Keep every important piece of information on your website above the fold. So what does that mean? Well, above the fold is basically an old newspaper term that was where they put all of the juicy stuff, the headlines, above where the paper folded in half. So whenever you're putting this content on your website, your demos, your contact information, that should all be above the fold, which is technically above the bottom of the computer screen. And the reason why you should do that is because you don't want to give clients extra work to try to find your demos. No extra clicking or scrolling. It should literally smack them in the face when they actually land on your website. I've actually seen voiceover websites that have the demos on page 3 or page 4, or even the contact information further back than that. Do not do this. Remember, people have very short attention spans. Don't give them extra work to try to find your demos. First page, above the fold. One more tip. Make sure that your demos are downloadable, meaning that you can allow the client to download your demos and save them for later. Some clients have a folder that they just put all their demos in, and if yours is downloadable, they're able to do that without having to send an email back to you requesting it. Okay, now let's talk about some of those nice to have things. We know that the need to have is your demos, downloadable, and your contact information. But the nice to have stuff would be things like videos of other work that you've done, or maybe client logos that you've worked with, or maybe social media connections, or contact form, or maybe a client testimonial or two. Those are all really nice to have and kind of round out your website to give it a more professional look.
And now for something completely different.
Hey guys, just a quick break here to let you know that the application window for the VoiceOver Blueprint training program is now open. The VoiceOver Blueprint isn't just a bunch of pre-packaged videos. It's the most comprehensive voiceover training program in the known galaxy. When you join, you'll get live instructional webinars every day covering marketing, tech, performance, casting sites, and more. Plus access to a private Facebook group where you can ask questions, get feedback, watch me work in live voiceover sessions, contests, and tons more. You'll also unlock a full library of on-demand video training modules, special discounts on demos and partner programs, and exclusive one-on-one coaching with VO experts. New members get a 30-minute onboarding call with me just to make sure you're off on the right foot. Plus, dedicated US-based member support every step of the way. Book your call now to learn more in the description and the pinned comment below.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Okay, so now let's talk about a few other bells and whistles that you can use with your website. The first is called a favicon, and that is a tiny little logo that goes next to the browser URL in your website. This gives you a more professional look. Most websites do have that little tiny logo in the browser. So on the computer you're on right now, maybe, look up at the top, look at the browser, and that little tiny logo in that browser is called a favicon. Most website building platforms will let you include a favicon in your website build. The next thing is called an SSL certificate, and that stands for Secure Socket Layer, and that's just nerd speak for encrypting your website. This is something that you do not want to leave out, and the reason why is because it gives not only your clients, but also the search engines more of a reassurance that any information and any content on your website is secure. As a matter of fact, Google and some other search engines actually will throttle your website in the search rankings if you don't have an SSL certificate. The reason why is that they give better priority to the sites that do have secure socket layers or SSLs and have their website encrypted. So they're going to give them better search rankings than the ones that don't. There's also other built-in SEO, meaning search engine optimization tools in most website builders that'll help you optimize the keywords and things on your website to also help you place higher. Something else to maybe include is a contact form. Now we know you're going to have your email address above the fold, but also you can have a contact form on your site so that if people want to contact you that way, it just gives them another way to do that. Now this next one is pretty important, and that's mobile optimized. What that means basically is that the site is optimized for a handheld device like a tablet or a phone versus what you would see on a desktop. The reason why is, have you ever seen some websites that are not mobile optimized that you pull up on your phone and everything is very small and you have to kind of zoom in and try to figure out where the buttons are? That is a site that has not been mobile optimized. Most website builders will optimize your website for mobile devices. That means the buttons are much bigger and easier to push on a smaller screen, and that really helps the user experience. Okay, so you're probably like, okay, cool, let's get this done, but I don't have any tech skills. Well, that's okay, because there's a couple of ways you can go here to have your site built. You can either go with the DIY version or a do-it-for-you version. Now, if you do want to go the DIY route to save a little bit of money and you don't have any tech skills, there's plenty of options there. There's plenty of website building platforms out there like Squarespace or GoDaddy or Weebly or WordPress. Plenty of options if you don't have any tech skills, but you want a kind of a drag and drop templated-based website builder. These can actually look pretty professional, and that's actually what I did when I first started. They're typically less expensive than actually hiring a web designer to build it from scratch. Plus, you can have full access, meaning that anytime you need to make a change, you just hop in, make the change, and get out. You don't have to pay someone else to do the update for you. And most of these platforms do have built-in things like SSL certificates or SEO or email marketing built right into it. The DIY website builders have really come a long way over the last few years. You should be able to build a very professional-looking website even if you don't have tech skills. Okay, let's say you just want to have someone build it for you, and that's fine. Just expect to pay a little bit more for that, have a little bit less control, but it will be more flexible, meaning you'll be able to really customize the look and feel of your site. And just remember that if you do have to make any updates, you will have to pay usually for them to update that for you. Also, you're going to need to pay for extra services like a hosting plan to host the website on. The DIY builders all usually come with hosting included. Okay, you've built your site, it looks great, so now what? Well, first is don't just set it and forget it. Keep it fresh. Update it from time to time. Add new demos, add new things to it just to keep the search engines aware that you actually have an active site. And remember, send this link to everyone in your marketing. I don't care whether it's social media marketing, email marketing, even on business cards. Put a little QR code on your business card so people don't even have to type in the address. They can just scan the card, go right to your site. Also, don't forget to add your social media links to your website. This really helps SEO because it creates what's called a backlink, and that helps you stay connected to those sites, and the search engines see that, and they will rank you better because you have legitimacy, because you are connected to those sites that are used by millions of people. So there you go. A quick little overview of how to build your VoiceOver website. We talked about what's nice to have versus what you need to have, keeping everything above the fold, directing everyone in your marketing to your website, how to enhance your website for the search engines, what to do after it's published, and how to market your website to the right people so that you can get the most work. If you found this useful, hit the like button and comment below, and maybe hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get more info about when these videos become available.
And now for something completely different.
If you've always wanted to get into VoiceOver, and especially recording audiobooks, then you don't want to miss our upcoming monthly masterclass. This month, it's all about audiobooks with our special guest, top audiobook narrator Tom Parks. Tom has recorded over 800 titles, including the best-selling personal finance book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Tom will also be diving deep into how to grow and maintain your audiobook business, whether you're a beginner or you just want to make more money recording audiobooks. This live class is coming up on September 23, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Seats are limited to 100 attendees because we need to make sure that we answer all the questions that come up during the class. The class will also be recorded, so when you sign up, you'll always have that class that you can refer back to. If you can't make it to the live class, the replay is going to be available after the class, just not at the discounted rate. So if you want the lowest price and to be there live, click on the link in the description and pinned comment below. Oh, one last thing. Every month, I always do a drawing to win a free seat to the class, so when you enter, you're automatically entered into that drawing. See you there.